Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Conversations with Industry Leaders. I am so thrilled to be kicking this series off with a friend of mine, Fred Schaub. Fred's career is a masterclass in digital transformation. He started on the ground at Marriott, opening a hotel in Paris, and rose all the way to becoming their global SEO manager. He then took that expertise to Rolex, where he led the digital transformation of their sales division. Now, he's the founder of Lumax Digital, advising prestigious lists of clients from luxury watches to Swiss government agencies. Fred, having you here as a guest, my first guest, is a real honor. I'm really looking forward to diving into your story. Let's go. Fred, it is so nice to connect with you after so long. I am so happy. How long has it been since so what, 2009 we graduated from Glion?
Absolutely. Way too long, man. Way too long.
Way too long indeed. Well, I hope you're doing well and you're still in Switzerland?
Yep, absolutely. Still based out of Geneva. After traveling for about 10 years, we were happy to settle back in my hometown. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Fred, I do appreciate you taking the time to reconnect with me here and to join this. I wanted to let the viewers know more about the stuff that you've accomplished, and share with us some information about all the great things that you've done so far. So I have some questions, and I would like to just go through them with you. So the first question I wanted to ask you, Fred, is your company, Lumax Digital, focuses on digital solutions for all sorts of companies, not just luxury. So, how does your Glion education shape your understanding of what clients truly need from their digital presence?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one thing you need to set straight from the beginning is that digital or technology is just a tool that allows you to connect with your customers, that allows you to understand your customers and provide them solutions. And not only customers, it can be also internal teams or various different things. And I think where the hospitality study really make a difference compared to other traditional studies or economical studies or anything like that is that you're taught to learn about human connections and
Correct.
understand and have empathy, put yourself in their shoes,
Yep.
see it in their own perspective. And then once you've understood what they need, what their expectations are, what their pain points are, then you figure out which tech or digital platform you will need to actually meet these needs or meet these expectations.
Mm.
And I think that's one great thing we learn in hospitality schools is understanding humans rather than just applying a methodology.
And that's the nice thing about hospitality is that it allows you to build that personalized relationship and that warmth, because really there is no level of service higher than a hospitality, luxury service. And to be able to apply that in the digital platform is like the best of both worlds. And I think Leon really helped shape a lot in terms of how understanding what our clients needs. But with that being said, the second question I wanted to ask you would be then, because it's all correlated in some way, because again, looking back in your Glion days, and Glion has shaped us in so many ways, what has been the most useful skill that you've had to learn that you've never thought you needed back in the Glion days? Because we've done a lot of things in Glion, from fundraising, we've done sales, we've done fun, activities. If you remember the restaurant theme that we did, and that was fun. What was it? The Hollywood one?
Yep, absolutely. The Hollywood was great. We had the Japanese fair as well. We went to sushi.
Japanese fair, yeah.
It was really amazing. I think one thing that really attracted me from the beginning in Lyon and that served me well since then is the ability to understand different cultures. I was born and raised in Geneva, Switzerland,
Yeah.
and really had a happy life. But I traveled a lot. I experienced a lot of different nationalities and cultures around the world, but I never had to work with different cultures and see the same problem, but understand that this problem is understood in very different ways depending on your background, your culture,
Mhm,
etc.
mhm,
And
mhm.
being able to pull out the best out of everyone, understanding where they're coming from, how they see the problem, or how they see the projects to deliver, is an amazing skill because afterwards, hospitality is often equivalent to having a a career across the world and traveling, etc. And so your teams, your peers, your bosses will come from different backgrounds, from different cultures, will have different references.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I think
mm-hmm.
Lyon, we had 60 different nationalities
Yeah,
in our semester, and that
yeah.
really shaped my multicultural understanding. And I think that's an essential skill that I did not expect to get from Lyon, but that I'm definitely happy I have.
You're still involved and contribute in Glion in many ways. I've seen just recently a clip of you in one of the Glion social media talking. I think it was welcoming the new students. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing now with Glion.
Absolutely. So I've always kept a tie to Lyon, especially since I'm back in Switzerland for
Yeah,
8 years.
yeah.
So I'm a teacher in three different masters. So
Good
there's a
job,
career
man.
there, which is really really a lot of fun. Puts me in context with students and their current perspectives on digital, but still being able to help them drive value through all of these tools. Love
Very
that.
good.
I've been an RVP for the Swiss chapter, so I'm responsible
Mhm.
for the 1,500 alumni that we have in Switzerland. I'm a member of the board
Wow.
as well, and so I was also behind the relaunch or the launch of a new platform for the alumni, a digital platform
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
where they
It
can
was just
connect.
recently announced.
Exactly, and that is exactly what I do for my clients as well, understanding the
Oh, nice.
understanding what the platform should do, and then figure out which platform is the best. So yeah,
So are you telling me in some way you indirectly consulted Glion?
yeah, absolutely. I did
If we
consult
look at it,
on a very volunteer and pro bono basis.
yeah, yeah, basically, this is a way of giving back. That's awesome, man. I'm happy to hear that. So, I have another question here to ask you. Becoming an entrepreneur is a huge leap. What's one story from the early days of Lumax Digital that you remember is being a startup founder challenging to reach where you are today? And I'm going to share a little bit of your website so people can know more about Lumax Digital. So it's a huge leap to be able to be who you are today. The story, what was it like with Lumax Digital? What do you remember as a startup founder in this? Was it challenging to reach where you are today with Lumax Digital?
Yes, but you know what? It makes it all the more worthwhile. Uh,
Mm.
just a little
Hmm.
genesis on Lumax. I created the company 5 years ago,
Hmm.
and before creating it, I had a very comfortable and very secure job at Rolex. And
Hmm.
we just had our second son that was just born, and I figured at that point, having a comfortable job, having two boys, and yeah, middle of COVID, that's
Mm.
the moment to resign from that job
Timing.
and create a company.
Yeah.
Everybody crazy,
Yeah.
but I strongly believe then and still do
Mm.
that every company under the sun has digital potential.
Mm.
And what I like doing and what I've done throughout my experience and career is unlock potential, find solutions to problems that exist. Every single job that I've had, whether at Marriott, at Rolex, has been about here's a blank sheet with a problem statement, go
Mm.
figure it out. And
Mm.
what gives me energy. And so while it was a crazy bet and leap of faith to say I'm going to quit a comfy job to get my own company running, it was also a phenomenal adventure. It's still a phenomenal adventure to be honest, with the and sometimes firing and
Yeah, of course.
winning some pitches and then losing some pitches, building.
What are your techniques in terms of finding clients? Like, how do you market your brand?
That's a good question. And you know what? There's a French saying that says it's the shoemaker that has the worst shoes. Uh, and so I'm actually not marketing actively the company.
Mhm.
So I've been working with my network that I've developed over
Mhm.
the years, both at Marriott and Rolex.
Mhm.
And the only marketing that I really truly do is speaking at conferences. And so I go
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
London, I go to Paris, I go to New York, and
Yeah.
I speak about either wins that we've had for clients or observations or new trends.
Yeah.
Uh, things that really work, and that's where I meet people, and that's usually where I develop my clients. Uh,
It's starting a company during the time of COVID and going through all of these external environments that you can't control, and to still take that leap to set it up. The timing can be so difficult, yet at the same time, it's such a great opportunity because you'll notice that most of the people during that time was doing the opposite, was pretty much closing down. Things were just downsizing. Everything is just going downwards. It was a
but
very interesting time. And you're like, you know what? Light bulb. Let's go ahead.
what you mentioned is exactly that. I mean, at that point, everybody was stuck at home and needed to figure out this digital thing,
Yeah.
and nobody knew what to do.
Yeah.
And so, and many people reach out to me saying, "Fred, what can we do from a digital perspective
Mm.
for simple things such as e-commerce, ordering online, getting rideshare, all of that?" Nobody knew where to start, and so they were trying their luck on Facebook, trying their
Yeah.
luck on the side, but was not really working. And it's by consulting for friends that I figured that actually
Good.
would be the perfect mix of fixing problems for people,
I noticed.
enabling them, and then moving on. And so I created the company on 1st of February. On 2nd of February, I was signing my first contracts because
Wow.
these people said, you know what, if you set up your own shop, we'll follow you.
Hmm.
And that's
So
absolutely amazing.
so two things of how I'm taking it from what you're saying. Two things. The first one is you don't necessarily need to market it like how standard marketing would be. Like you have your own style, which is like networking, word of mouth. The people similar to like how Rolex they don't commercialize or market their brand. Instead, it's just the value of it and the experience that people have. It speaks for itself. So it's like you do it in a very organic way to market your brand and market Lumax Digital by connecting with your networks and the word of mouth that spreads from your clients, which is the most powerful way to today, isn't that right?
Yeah, and let me share these few things with you. The first thing is that there's no such thing as a perfect moment to launch your company. So if your audience is listening to us and thinking, maybe I want to take the lead, but I'm not sure, I'm waiting for the perfect moment, this is not coming. There will be no perfect moment. So you just at some point have to be convinced enough that you want to go.
Mm.
Indeed, the marketing approach I'm taking is working because since day one, I've had very clear expectations on what I want to do and what I don't want to do. I'm not in a scale game, so I'm not trying to build a 10,000 people agency. There's already too many.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and I said, day one, I said, if at 10 years of company, we are 10 and
Mm.
we still know all our customers, but we're driving meaningful value to them, then
Mm.
I will have succeeded. And we're in good shape
Good.
to achieve that in 5 years.
Hmm.
But it's if you're really looking at scaling and you're really looking at building fast, then my approach will not work for you. But if you're
Mm.
looking at doing something niche, and indeed work on word of mouth,
Yeah,
get earning clients. This is my biggest satisfaction is when I have clients come back
of
and they say, you
course.
know what, we've tried other agencies, but we're back because you actually do what you say what you do, and you do deliver. And so in that game, you cannot have 200 clients at the same time.
No, less is this is how I understand from what you're saying, quality over quantity, and having that type of quality relationship and scientifically proven to maintain good results, you need to have less in order to have more to give back. So I truly I respect that. I'd rather have three really good clients and for me to work around that and focus 100% than to have 1,000 clients and put 5% results, right? So I totally respect that. But
And
mm,
to further convince your audience to go for a niche approach,
mhm.
when big clients are saying, yeah, but we feel more secure with the big brand agency, etc.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
name. Mm,
that's fine.
mm,
Um, Would you like to have the C team at that big brand agency, or would you like to have the founder and the A team with us?
Mm. Mm. The filters. Good point. Who are we targeting here? You're talking to the right people. You know, we want the founders, we want the CEOs, we want to get to their psychological needs, right, and their expectations. And that's why the second part that I wanted to say from what I heard your feedback is, you've mentioned it a few times so far, which is solving problems, solution makers. Your business is not designed to just make money. Your business is designed to solve problems and to consult other businesses in order to be better in terms of their needs. So you're coming in with the right tools to say, okay, I'm going to solve, because there's nothing more rewarding. I find that similar as a consultant. I might not be in the digital field as you, but I'm more in the technical side of hotel management and hotel consulting. When I connect with my clients, it's literally about solving what their problem is, and then you going in and say, okay, here's the mechanical tools that you need. And I like that. It's so rewarding to see them apply what you've shared with them into the field and see good results. And I'm sure you have some great results from your clients, after you've given them their support and you've given them the solution and then it's been implemented. What has the results turned like with some of your clients?
Well, in most of our support to our clients, what we do is we coach them, we advise them, we
Mm.
tell them what to do, and we teach them how to fish rather than give them the fish.
Oh,
Um,
I like that.
it is really amazing to see them implement the strategy that we've defined together at a workshop, and we always do a follow-up workshop to see, okay, what's working, what's not working.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, in general, the feedback I've gotten is that they were
Hmm.
double-digit growth on their
Hmm.
website traffic, on their social media engagement,
Hmm.
based on the recommendations that we provided them, starting from base that is not optimized to something that
Hmm.
is really working, really done with intent and meaning. But recently, last week, I was in Paris at one of the palaces in Paris. I can't state their name, but
Hmm.
uh, essentially, there's not many hotels that have palace. I think it's 14 in France, so it's
I
one of
think I know. I think I have an idea.
them. Great team, great marketing and comms team. We had a couple months of workshops activating their strategy,
Hmm.
and them last week just as a follow up to see what
Yeah,
was
how
not
things are going.
anticipating what the answer would be, because I have enough experience in hotels to know that most of the time you have a lot of ideas, but it's hard to implement. Right?
Yeah,
Ideas are
yeah,
easy.
totally.
Implementation is really really hard. And so they went on and said, yeah, we're lacking this, we're lacking that, and we're lacking time, and we're lacking this. And I'm like, yeah, I know you're lacking all of that. And I said, what if I could shrink one day of work into a minute and 30 seconds? They said, yeah, but that's not possible.
Oh.
You can. And so I had built a proof of concept of a little
Mm.
app that allows them to put the idea for their marketing campaign for their hotel
Mhm. Mhm.
already preloaded with their tone of voice and the way they express themselves and their positioning and all of that. And essentially, you say, "This is my campaign for these days. I'm trying to attract such and such customer." And what it will do in a minute and 30 seconds is give you your landing page on your website. What should it look like? The text and the SEO optimization.
Wow.
It gives you your Facebook post, your Instagram post, your LinkedIn post, and
Is this
even your email link.
AI integrated?
Sorry.
Is this AI integrated that's doing it for you?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it is pulled through AI, and
Yeah.
so they could play with it immediately, feeling how it could solve all of their content creation needs, except for the visuals. It was doing all the rest. It was giving them a mood
Wow.
because it was just a POC, but it was
Mm.
giving a mood board as to what the image should look like.
Wow.
That
That.
comes back listening to people,
Mm.
having empathy, understanding their perspective, and being able to anticipate what they want to do.
You know, this is where it goes to the second question. The next question that I have for you, which is the ability to apply the latest technological tools such as AI, such as all of these amazing softwares and systems from NVIDIA to all these amazing tech giants out there in Silicon Valley. But like whenever it's going so fast, and for me, because I have the time to dedicate about 30 hours a week focusing on content creating and like you have to go through the process of what's available today. So I'm currently utilizing a lot of these latest systems and softwares and apps. AI is my best virtual assistant. I can't live without it. So where do you see the direction of digital transformation and the future of technology? What's 2030, for example, even in 5 years? And the reason 5 years seems so close, but just 5 years ago, we didn't even have chat gpt. So the reason why I'm saying 5 years seems very close, but in terms of technology, what can be what can be done within now with the next 5 years is a lot. So where do you see things looking like in terms of AI, digital, exposure, evolution, the evolution of technology? Like, what's that looking like for you?
And that's a tough question. That's a really tough question, and I
Yeah.
had the crystal ball to give you an answer. And I'm powering through a lot
Mm,
of forecasts and predictions. And I think the word you used earlier is the right word. Is to where I believe it's going. It's
mm,
assistant.
mm,
We are going to be able to do more,
mm,
better, in a faster way, in the more impactful way,
mm,
through these agents that are going to support us.
mm.
I'm an optimistic, so I don't believe in the doomsday. AI is going to take over the world, but I'm not.
Terminator, no, it's not gonna happen.
I don't know, but I'm not the only the good side of AI. Of course, it's
Sure.
lots of people that are using AI towards terrible things.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Same as social media in their beginning, same as the web in the beginning. It is hard to understand exactly how it will completely shift the way we function. But I'll give you a couple similarities with when the web was created, right? In the beginning, the web was clunky, it was slow. We would not trust it, we would not put our credit cards on it.
Yeah,
Fast
true,
forward 15 years, we save our credit cards in apps because we can't be bothered to type that number again.
true.
Uh, we used to be very mindful of what information we give online, etc. Now
Mm,
everybody in ChatGPT their deepest fears and things, because that's the number one use of ChatGPT,
yeah.
and is personal therapy.
Mm,
So when you think from a society perspective, developers used to ask a friend for some help. Now they ask ChatGPT
ChatGPT.
to do it, or another AI for another work.
Yeah,
It's significantly changing the way humans interact with each other.
yeah.
It go to a breaking point, like every technology, uh, like like the Bitcoin at some point
Yeah.
at the breaking point and then came back. Uh,
Mm,
the, the dot-com bubble happened. There's probably at some point going to be a normalization. And hold on a second,
mm,
guys. But in the long run, in
mm,
fields of education and medical, I believe we're going to be able to solve problems, or provide custom education. And,
mm.
and this is what gets me excited is how much we can do in fields like that are truly beneficial to humanity. The the content generation for Instagram and adding garbage to the garbage, that is not sustainable.
It's useless. It's not for the right purpose. Right. I agree totally 100%. But I'm worried a little bit about the use of AI, which you mentioned just a minute ago, that it can be used for the wrong reasons, and not only that, but how sustainable is it in terms of your security for job financial security? So what I mean by that is, if this AI system is so smart that it can be able to do things in a fraction of a second, that these tasks that it's able to do are going to be replaced by these agents, then what should that person that was actually doing that task need to need to be aware of, because like, okay, I'm comfortable where I am. Not everybody wants to climb the ladder of success and be CEOs. People are happy doing administrative roles. People are happy to do their regular average 9 to 5 and just routine oriented and saying thank you very much. This is the mediocre average type of individuals, which is absolutely fine if that's what they're happy to do. But would those people be in jeopardy, considering what these agents, these virtually assist AIs are coming in and taking over? I'm that pretending I'm in that position. What should I be worried about?
Well, let me ask you a question. Did horses disappear when the car was invented?
That's a fantastic question. No, they didn't disappear. They're still there.
It's still something else. And
Mm,
we invented the plane, cars were still there.
mm,
We
mm,
go to the moon and we still have other means. I think,
mm,
yes, yes, there will be some job losses. I'm not painting a perfect picture.
mm,
You look at opportunities such as Uber offering
Or
drivers to
taxis.
on different accents, etc., so
Mm,
that they become better. That's a way of the economics. Is it going to solve the whole thing? Absolutely not.
not.
Uh, so yes, there will be,
Very good point.
but if you can enable these people that are very happy with a simple life
Yeah.
to have an easier life, be in a better physical shape, and get better content on what they're watching,
Yeah.
and better healthcare, etc., etc. If you help them with all of these technology, then yes, they will probably have to find a new job.
Mm,
AI is not a solve for all. There's still
mm,
electricians needed. There's
mm,
still some doctors needed. There's still going to be some lawyers. But
mm,
the difference will be the electrician that is marketing himself with AI is going to be much more powerful than the electrician that
mm,
on word of mouth. The lawyer that needs 50 interns is going to
mhm.
be less efficient than the lawyer that has a very powerful AI, and so on.
Very
So
good point.
always
Very
pros
good
and,
point.
but I think I always see the glass half full. People will lose their job, but at the same time, maybe they will get to do some more interesting and meaningful things.
I think I was communicating that with you last time we were chatting, and it was a conversation that I had with an expert in tech, and he told me that the tasks that are going to be replaced by AI will require for the humans to really enhance their conceptual skills. And your conceptual skills is the ability to make decisions and strategically, brainstorming decisions level rather than task oriented. And so these roles that these AIs are coming to take over, though it doesn't require a lot of conceptual skills. So let them do the dirty work, and you, Mr. Person that was doing that task, now need to level up your skill and focus on more conceptual areas so that you can be involved in better things. But it can sound so far-fetched for certain individuals. Like for me, I follow that because I'm always about I like to always evolve and improve myself, enhance my skills. So I'm always about that. But not everybody would be able to face that. And some people are very old-fashioned. Like some people are very, hey, call me old-fashioned. I like the physical approach. I don't like digital. I don't like the digital world. Leave me alone. That's why this question right here that I have for you, and by the way, we're like halfway with our questions right now, so we're almost there. But what is the biggest mistakes brands in general make when they try to translate their physical brand experience into the digital world? That's tough. COVID is a perfect example. Like I'm a restaurateur and here I am in the physical world. COVID hits. Oh crap, I need to transition into the digital world. But what would be the biggest mistake they would generally make when they try to translate that?
Well, the mistake is even in the question is they're trying to do the same,
Yeah,
and
of
it's
course.
not the same. It's not the same environment. It
Yeah.
is elementary. It should be, yes, the same visual and experience and all of that. Yes, especially in
Yeah.
luxury.
Yeah.
It's people trying to just digitalize it. Oh, I have a catalog. I'm going to make it.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's not what you need.
Yeah.
Uh, you need to have a digital experience that complements your in-person business, that
Hmm.
adds a layer or adds a platform on which you communicate with your customers,
Hmm.
not replaces it. So people will still want, especially in the luxury industry, they will still want to go and try the watch or try the jewelry or try the bag. Digital is not about that. So at the moment, many brands love doing AR and so that you can try it from home, etc. It's not the same.
Mm.
You don't get the feel for the leather. You don't get the feel for the size of the watch, even if it's in augmented reality.
That's true.
So don't try to just displace people, but
Mm.
try to really think in their customer journey. Where does that digital platform fit?
Hmm.
Solving that the physical world can't solve. And if
Mm.
you allow me just a very brief
Good point.
that I always tell in my classes, I was stuck once in Miami airport trying to fly to New York. There was a massive storm in between the two, so nobody was flying. But during that time, and I waited 10 hours in that airport. During that time, I got terrible communications from United, getting emails, just bland text. Dear guest, here's a $15 voucher
Mm.
for the delay, which was completely unpersonalized, was terrible.
Mm. Mm.
At the same time, I was on the Marriott app and
Mm.
checked the hotel in New York and saying, look, I'm probably not going to make it tonight. And they were empathetic. They said, we're sorry you're going through this. Of course, if it's weather related, we won't charge. And don't worry, we'll keep your room even if you get there super late. That chat with the hotel front office enabled in the app was not something I could get in person. I was not going to call the hotel. I was not going to see someone from the hotel, but
Correct.
on me to connect with them.
Correct.
And the pull through is that I arrive at the hotel 3 a.m.
Mm.
Obviously annoyed, and very nice front office lady tells me, "Well, look, I know you just got a few hours left to sleep, but I've upgraded you so that there are meaningful hours, and I've already authorized your late checkout at 2 p.m. so that you."
Wow.
And you know what? This shows not only the cultures of the company that empowers
Yeah.
their associates to do that, but it shows the service minded.
Yeah.
Did she have to upgrade me or give me a late checkout? Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah.
But this is the pull through where technology allows me to connect with the brand really meaningfully, and then it's pull through to the physical level, and
Mm.
I see amazing
Mm.
service. I think
Wow.
too many brands forget
Yeah.
where their technology fits, and that's their biggest mistake.
You just said it right now. Too many brands or too many companies forget. They tend to get so caught up with the money grab business and look at you as a number of a transaction as opposed to an actual, you are the client. And therefore, being able to do things more than what you anticipated or expected is what burns that type of memory in your brain for a long time. And it's luxury chains obviously like Marriott that are going through, or Fairmont, Accor. When you look at these luxury brand properties, the training and development that they do internally requires for them to enhance and up their skills to notice or to do such things with you or approach you in that type of way, which is why I love this level of service. For me, my level of service is so high, but then when you look at a United Airlines, for example, or you look at like KLM, when it has like thousands of passengers daily and in and outs, and it's a number thing, and here comes this clerk that's standing there just like, yeah buddy, sorry, get lost. Like, they don't give you that type of warmth that you would get from other companies like Marriott. But then to be able to correlate the technological, the digital communication, utilizing that, and then to be able to fulfill your needs is the best of both worlds. And that's why I totally agree with what you said. Like nowadays, the physical brand experience is very different than the digital experience, and to be able to give a personalized, we need to make sure you get that personalized experience. And Marriott did a fantastic job. But with that being said, do you remember, Fred, do you remember any recent events where you had to step out of your comfort zone? This is a very interesting question. Comfort zone is, as we all know, doing things that you're comfortable, but there will be times that you will have to step out of your comfort zone, whether it's public speaking, whether it's, investing in something, not knowing what the return will be. Like, what recent event do you recall that, this is very uncomfortable, but it's those moments of discomfort that really allows you to grow? So do you have any events, do you remember?
Trying to remember on this one, because actually getting out of my comfort zone is what gives me energy, and so this is why I
Same.
like big problems and tackling problems that I've never tackled before. So that would be in my comfort zone actually. But getting out of my comfort zone,
Yeah, anything in particular, like for example, being a father is stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, you've never been a father for so long, for example, all your life, and now here you are, father of two. Like, that's, for an example, it could be a personal thing, professional, like whatever it is for you. How do you deal with that?
well, what I'm trying to do whenever there's a curveball that is thrown at me and I'm trying to manage it, and is try, and the keyword is try to keep level-headed and understand what the ins and outs are
Mhm.
of that situation, and understand. I mean, I've had countless situations with the kids where sometimes they're wonderfully direct on what they say or their perception of the world, and you know they have no filters, and so they will say whatever they have in their mind, um, and sometimes it gets you in funny situation. But now I've got it while I was talking about this. So um, it's tough to manage a full-time job. It's tough
Mhm.
to have a happy family life, etc. With all of that, everything,
Yeah.
teaching,
Yeah.
volunteering, and this and that. And so in last summer, I wanted to do something different, because I said I only gonna have so many years with my kids that age, and then later on they will move on, and I will just be alone. And so I want to build meaningful things together. And so in July, I said, you know what, I'm gonna have one project with each kid.
Oh.
With my elder one, who's a super creative one, loves basketball, etc. We brainstormed for 3 hours on what company we could create together, because he wants pocket money, he wants this, he wants that, and I said, you know what, if you want money, you're gonna earn it. And so we actually had to build a brand building workshop for my 10-year-old son, which is usual, like, how do you do it?
10-year-old son. Wow.
Yeah. He's turning 11 in a month. Uh,
Wow.
but so it was phenomenal to go through what is a brand, what is a product, what is your target persona, but have to simplify it enough so that it's relevant to a 10-year-old. So that got me
That's not easy.
on, but it was fun. And you know what? He was laser focused on what we were doing. We had 3 hour brainstorm on
Wow. I,
concept.
I don't know what your magic or your skill is to have a 10 or 11-year-old sit down for 3 hours to listen about such things. I'll be lucky if I would have one of my nephews or niece to sit down 5 minutes with me to hear me out.
Involve them the same as with the team that you have. Involve them in the process. I was not teaching him, I was doing it with him. And it was
Mm,
fun.
mm,
And he came up with some requirements for the business. It's a print on demand business for basketball gear. It's a
mhm.
lot of fun. We designed the logo, etc. But he was the one saying, I don't want to ship from anywhere outside of Europe. So our products have to be created in Europe. So when we
Wow.
pick on the platform, I want to make sure that everything's produced in Europe, because I don't want global stuff. Okay. And he says, I want to talk about this sustainability on our website so that people know that we're sustainable, etc. So it really,
Wow.
really close. And we launched 2 weeks ago the website,
Nice.
and we're going to keep on adding new collections. but the sense of pride that he has for the project, and obviously me, it's absolutely amazing. Technology enabled that, but it got
That's
me.
amazing.
How do you motivate someone that is your son? How do you
You know,
push, etc.?
big kudos to you and Steph. Big kudos to you and Steph to giving ownership to a 10, 11-year-old child and having them the ability to make these types of decisions. This involvement is the best way for them to learn. It's the best way to learn because sitting them down and pulling out a piece of paper and just explaining one, two, three won't register. But you mentioned that word. As an educator, I've been in the field for more than 10 years. As you know a little bit about my background, I know what education is. I had to go through the study of the psychology of learning, the psychological part, and you just nailed it, which is basically applying 100% of registering data, registering information for you by applying it and having them involved. And no wonder why your kid right now is like so happy and enjoying the growth of this, is because you and Steph applied the right techniques for your child um, to be involved, and that's not easy, man. Talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. That's probably the one of the top list there. So well done on that, guys. Well, I'm curious to see how that turns out.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll share with you
So
the
cool.
really a lot of fun, and yeah, you know what? Everybody's a first time parent at some point,
That's
and
true.
we're trying it. Some things work like this,
Good.
some
That's the
less.
best approach. You're doing the best thing. So, jumping into the last couple of questions here, you have successfully bridged the gap between two worlds, the hospitality world and the digital world. What is the biggest opportunity for hospitality professionals to benefit from digital tools today?
I would get back to some of the answers I gave you
Yeah.
there to understand where it fits
Yeah.
for understand where it fits for you.
Yeah.
Uh, Obsess on these moments that you can make better. Can
Mm,
you personalize at scale, even as a small hotel operator now with emailing, for example,
mm,
and AI connected to your database, even if it's an Excel sheet or a CRM,
mm.
AI will give you the ability to be so much better,
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
But you have to understand where it fits. Don't bombard them with a newsletter that is awkward, but really make it meaningful. So
Absolutely.
getting trained, keeping up to date on the technology that is available out there, I think is one great opportunity for hospitality leaders.
Very
Um,
true.
because what you will have in these physical exchanges or human to human exchanges in
Mm,
hospitality or in retail is sometimes the guest knows more than you do about your company
mm,
because they've researched it maybe with AI and AI
mm,
told
mm,
this and that. Have you already checked your own business or the business you work for on
mm,
AI to see what is depicted,
mm.
what transpires? Because that's what your guest will have as a first impression.
Very true.
My recommendation is understand that everybody's using technology to some extent.
You know, one I'm a hospitality professional. I'm education. I've been in on the ground, and recently I transitioned into the digital world, I guess you can say. But for me, one of the biggest opportunities that I was able to apply and what I benefited a lot was the fact that I'm using the digital world to maximize my reach, my global audience, my I want the world, the whole world, to know what it is that I can do. And as much as I'm able to do things in the physical world, what you can do in the digital world is like magnitude of like 100 times more. Now, depending on what your goal and target is. If I want, as a YouTube content creator, it's completely different than obviously your digital benefit for Lumax Digital. Like the direction and target is obviously different. That's why for me, I've insanely benefited in what I'm doing right now with content creating and utilizing AI to create scripts for me, to create thumbnails and utilizing using like these what are they called, these nano, I don't know what, which allows to create pictures of you doing certain things, like, and it looks real. It's fantastic. It's fantastic how the digital, how much I'm benefiting from this. But I've had to go through a huge, and I'm still going through this learning curve, as you know, like right now this virtual studio is a digital virtual studio. And just before joining we had some hiccups. So like it's part of the learning mechanism, but it's super beneficial for me. I'm sure it's the same for you.
Absolutely. And building upon what you just said, I would say the largest or another large opportunity is the ability to get trained on everything you just said. You want to learn something about anything in the planet. Now, with digital and with AI, you're able to
To
learn
do it.
in the way you like to learn. So, if you like to learn by listening to songs, you can have songs
That's
created.
so true.
You want to
That's
learn
so true.
the world, you're going to ask ChatGPT, teach me this as if it
Yeah.
was, or you want to really get a super complex topic, you put all of your valuable sources about that topic into Notebook LM, and Notebook LM will tell you, okay, all of these sources about, I don't know, um, dramatic art.
Hmm.
Get all your sources there.
Brings it down. Yeah.
It will
It's
teach you
insane.
about anything, and that's a massive opportunity.
It is. It is. I've been so thankful about it. And that's why, what advice would you give your younger self if you were to start all over again 20 years ago? It's a very common question. We've heard this before, but it's an interesting question.
It is. It is. I would say don't chase perfection. 80% is good enough to get you started. Um, don't mind to be honest, because we get, especially after studies, we get so focused on getting the biggest
Perfect.
roles and the biggest companies
Yeah.
and
We want to perfect everything.
etc. And
Hmm.
it's not worth it. So
Hmm.
a good compass that I've been using for the last decade is it going to matter in 5 years?
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
going to matter in 5 years. If it's not really meaningful, then
Hmm.
of course do your best. Of course, try your hardest.
Hmm. Hmm.
Be mindful that chasing perfection might get you into a very imperfect state and very unhappy state.
That's
Where
true.
getting things done, at least in my experience, beats perfection at any rate. It makes you more happy because you have this feeling of actually progressing.
I
Um,
remember you've always been like that, even back from the days in Glion. I remember when we were doing assignments and projects and classes, you've always had the ability to take on these things in a simple, and you tried not to complicate it. I remember one of your words that you used to say was in class, easy peasy.
yeah,
Easy peasy. We got this. No worries. You weren't hard on yourself, and I think that's a great advice, like sharing with our we need the audience and viewers to know. And I have a lot of people that are very young that would be wanting to figure out what to do, and aiming for perfection. Like, when the results don't turn out the way you want it to be, you can sometimes be hard on yourself, and then you'll self-inflict this doubt, and you'll hurt yourself. But if you approach things the way that you just described it, and hey, don't aim for perfection, even if you're going 80%, 70%, the fact that you're doing is already successfully good enough.
and try your hardest. I mean, I'm not saying you should not try hard. You should try hard, but you should
Mm,
also that
mm,
sometimes doing it and shipping it at 80% is
mm,
tough. Um,
mhm,
Either you win or you
mm,
learn. There's no such.
mm,
You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn a good lesson that you're not gonna repeat, hopefully. But
mm.
you win or you learn.
Win or learn, but you'll never lose.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Two more questions, Mr. Fred. We're going to wrap this up very soon. How do you deal with setbacks and failures, or something that just did not work? Similar to the previous question, but now it's more specifically dealing with failure.
Well, first thing, I allow myself for 5 minutes to be really mad. so that I get it out of my system.
Get
But
it
that
out of your system.
goes over forever.
I like
So
that.
so I will allow myself 5 minutes of, okay, this was really bad. This blah 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 blah. But then there's no such thing as changing the past. So how do you build from that? So the first thing I do is I try to understand what went wrong. Could it be avoided or not? Because sometimes it's just bad luck. This is just how it is.
It is what it is.
Life happens, and
Yeah.
you have to accept that life happens sometimes. Sometimes you messed up and you learn and you don't do the same mistake. But then sometimes life happens and there's nothing you can do about it. Just a
That's
quick analogy: if you're stuck in a traffic jam, getting mad will not unstuck you. It
that's
will
very true.
get you mad. So yes,
That's
it's,
very true.
and trust me, as an entrepreneur, and I'm very happy and successful after 5 years. And I always keep in mind the words of Mr. Marriott: "Success is never final." So at the moment, I'm very happy and everything's going great. There's been some doubt moments. There's gonna be some doubt moments,
Of
and
course.
that's just life is.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
personal, we had our share of tough moments, as everybody. I'm sure you also had your share of tough moments.
Of course.
You learn
Of
from them,
course.
and you move on. It's, if you stay stuck in it, then that's where you start
Well,
having
how
some.
do you get so this is a maybe a very specific and it requires more details, which I don't want to take too much of the time on that, but like do you do personally, do you do any particular exercises or routines to avoid going into a rabbit hole which ends up falling into a pit and that you can't get out of? Because a lot of people end up reaching into from failure, then if they don't work on learning from it and they end up inflicting more pain on themselves, it takes them into a dark hole which results into anxiety, depression, and procrastination, and it takes you down that route, that wrong route. So how I have my own exercises, but this is not about me, it's about you, and I want to know what it is that you particularly apply to ensure your mental stability is still fine considering all the chaos and failures and issues in life.
Absolutely. So it comes down to two things. The first thing is being crystal clear and honest with myself with where I'm going. So having clear goals and objectives allows you to know the direction. There might be some setbacks and some side roads, etc. But if you're not clear on where you're going and what you're trying to achieve, then it's going to be harder to get out of a setback. So
True.
clear is number one. Then sports is really
Mm,
cool. So I run and I
good.
try I can, and this is
Dopamine. Dopamine is therapeutic for me. I do it 7 days a week, no days off.
I mean, I wish I had more time to do
You're
anytime.
married, you got kids. Yeah,
Exactly. It's really sports and getting it out of my system is really essential.
helps a lot. Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Meditation in parallel when you don't have the time or you don't have the equipment, learning how to meditate well,
Yeah.
yeah, can be an alternative. But I always prefer sports, either running or my favorite sailing. And so whenever I sail with the sailing team I'm part of, the rest of the world doesn't even exist, and I can have the worst day. I will just be happy.
That's good. That's the best, and honestly, very similar to how I apply things as well. Very similar. Like it's a variety. It's a combination of different elements, from meditating to physical sports to just a moment alone. Like, yeah, man. And the first 5 minutes of just sometimes I lock myself in the car, roll up the windows for 5 minutes. I just let it all out. I can yell so loud, no one can hear me. But after that, I'm good. So yeah, good points, man. Good points. Here we go with the last question, Fred, and we're about to reach that 1 hour because I don't want to go over 1 hour. With it's such a great conversation, and now with that being said, finally, Fred, looking ahead, what is the next big vision for Lumax Digital? What problems are you excited about solving? And what are the things that you're excited to be contributing in the next coming years?
So I've thought about this one, and when I created the company, I said we're going to have three pillars. We're going to have innovation, help people get their new tech in place and figure out which it should be. We're going to have digital marketing, and we're going to have coaching and advisory.
Coaching and advising.
Here, I've been really trying to move as much as possible towards advisory and coaching, because I think this is where we deliver you. And moving ahead, we're going to continue that, but I'm really excited to be looking into custom AI apps that we've been developing, such as the one I was mentioning for the Palace Hotel.
Yeah.
The big roadmap for next year is being able to go to current clients or side clients and say, look, we understand your use cases. We're going to build this app that is dedicated just for you. And now technology allows us to do this in 2 to 3 days for very hyper-focused use cases and iterate really fast. And I'm very excited about this because it will allow me to grow the company. More people to be able to deliver that.
So you're going in heavy with AI development and applying it for specific companies, hotels, properties, it doesn't matter, but applying customized AI solutions, basically. So
Correct.
Lumax Digital is going to be providing these types of solutions, offering AI, because that's what the future is about.
But with one caveat, we're gonna keep our positioning as the strategic advisor. We're gonna help them identify the use cases. We're gonna build that first proof of concept. Really strong partners that are true developers in AI. We're not developers in AI, but we had this connection between the business world, understanding the business world, and translating it into tech requirements of what it needs to do. That's our strength since the beginning, and I'm really happy to continue leveraging. Sure.
I'm happy for you, and I'm so excited to see the direction of Lumax Digital and your involvement and contribution. And that's why it's like right now, we're 2025 November, end of November. It's like hopefully after this video, a couple of years from now, I'm gonna circle back to you, Fred, and like reconnect again, and be like, okay, this is what you said in 2025. It's whatever year we are now. Let's see how much it's been since the growth of Lumax Digital. These are the things where I like to document these journeys and moments in life.
But please make me a promise. Let's not wait years to talk again. I mean,
no, of course not. I promise you.
More frequently.
More frequently. And this is the beginning of many, many great encounters. In fact, I'm planning to really get involved more with Glion, particularly, and to get involved with the Glion friends of mine, you know. So hopefully, if there's going to be an alumni gathering or something happening, I'm gonna be there because I really would love to see you and love to see Steph and to even come to Switzerland. Like, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Come whenever you want. You're always welcome.
You.
Yeah, you're always
Thank
welcome.
you, Fred. Any final words you'd like to say before I let you go?
Well, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for inviting me to have this discussion. It was amazing to and talk about all of this, and thank you as well because being a person that builds content, educational content, is Correct. You're not just selling a product. You're actually trying to help other people grow in their skills, grow in their career, and Very I think true. Amazing thing to do. So thank you.
I love it. I love it. I'm an educator. I love it. I love hospitality. It's in our nature. So putting those two together, there's no better way than to apply it in the digital world. And I said, there's no better than to start this with Mr. Fred and to many more. And hopefully we can pass this to other Glion friends of ours. I know we have a group, so you're going to be a reference of mine. And I have Fede that we're going to talk to as well later tonight of my time. So this is very meaningful for me. And I believe that it's just going to make our relationship and our connection as Glion friends and as friends in general even stronger rather than just distant, because I want to bring it back. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, and we'll make sure to feature you on the new digital platform from Glion.
Please do. Please do. We'll work it out. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for your time, Fred.
Speak soon. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Say hi to Steph. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.